Guys, what is that? Please. What is that? I'm just gonna move a little bit away from it and come back to it. There it is. It's right on the water's edge, and the signature is getting bigger.
In the depths of a quiet forest on the evening of November 6th, 2023, a bow hunter went out for a routine trip. His intention was to secure venison for his family, as they preferred this over store-bought meat. However, what started as a simple hunting expedition soon turned into a chilling encounter with the unknown. While preparing for his hunt, the man began recording himself on his phone, intending to share his experience. He narrated his location and plans, but his focus quickly shifted to the strange sounds resonating through the woods. The hunter described the noises as unlike anything he had ever heard before, despite his extensive experience in the wilderness. Curious and somewhat unsettled, he turned his camera around to capture the sounds more clearly.
Well, I'm about a mile from the gifting rock right now. Starting to get dusk. It's about 35 degrees out.
The howling, echoing in the background, was eerie and otherworldly, suggesting the presence of a creature unfamiliar to him. As he continued, the hunter remarked on the unusual absence of deer in the area, speculating that the mysterious sounds might be scaring them away. Experienced outdoorsmen and hunters, who later viewed the footage, were equally puzzled. One commenter, residing in the Appalachian region, advised the hunter to leave the area immediately, further underscoring the unsettling nature of the encounter. Other viewers drew connections to the Lakota legend of the Chonka, a being described as a large, hairy creature with ties to the Bigfoot phenomenon. According to the lore, these entities possess the ability to shift between dimensions, making them nearly impossible to track or capture. The forest was blanketed in an otherworldly stillness that night, broken only by the soft crunch of leaves underfoot and the distant rustling of unseen creatures. The hunter described the air as crisp, with the temperature hovering near freezing, adding an edge of discomfort to his venture. As he adjusted his gear, he was struck by the absence of typical woodland sounds. The chirping of crickets, the calls of birds, creating an eerie silence before the howling began. The sound itself, he later recounted, was unrelenting and guttural, a combination of high-pitched wails and low growls that resonated through the trees. It wasn't merely the volume that unsettled him, but the sheer alien nature of the noise. Comparing it to the howls of wolves or the cries of foxes, he noted an unexplainable quality that defied categorization. As he continued recording, the hunter's demeanor shifted from curiosity to unease. The longer he stayed, the more he became convinced that the sounds were not from any animal he had encountered. His voice trembled as he narrated his observations, leaving viewers with a palpable sense of dread. Trail camera footage at Ruby Falls. On a separate occasion, the YouTube channel Voyager Overland, known for documenting off-roading and camping adventures, captured another puzzling encounter. While on a trip to Ruby Falls in the Alberta Rockies, the team set up a trail camera near their campsite. The camera, designed to monitor wildlife activity overnight, captured footage that left the team and their audience stunned. The video revealed a peculiar humanoid-like figure with a translucent appearance. Despite its transparency, the figure was distinct enough to raise questions about its nature. Speculation ranged from motion blur to insufficient infrared lighting from the camera, but none of these explanations fully accounted for the anomaly. Even after applying a light filter and enlarging the footage by 150%, the figure's mysterious presence remained unexplainable. Commenters noted that the figure appeared to blend seamlessly into its surroundings while retaining its humanoid form. A seasoned trail camera user and Bigfoot researcher stated that they had never seen anything quite like this. This footage reignited debates about the possibility of mysterious, intelligent creatures inhabiting remote areas. Trail cameras are engineered to capture wildlife in their natural habitats, often triggered by movement and heat signatures. These devices, while reliable, are not infallible, occasionally producing blurred or distorted images due to environmental conditions. Yet the footage captured at Ruby Falls stood apart. The translucent figure appeared humanoid, but with features that defied standard explanation. Observers noted that its movements were deliberate, almost cautious, as though it was aware of the camera's presence. This raised questions. Was the figure intelligent enough to recognize the device, or was its behavior merely coincidental? To understand the footage better, cryptozoologists applied advanced imaging techniques. By enhancing the contrast and applying filters, they hoped to isolate finer details, but the entity remained a mystery. Its form, while vaguely human, lacked the solid mass one would expect, further fueling speculation about its origin. Skeptics offered alternative theories, suggesting the figure could be the result of a camera malfunction or an optical illusion caused by environmental factors like mist or light refraction. However, supporters of the Bigfoot theory argued that these explanations fell short, given the entity's distinct shape and apparent motion. The Sasquatch family sighting. Another interesting piece of evidence emerged from a leaked video reviewed by Bigfoot enthusiasts Jeremy Henson and his father.
Check out this video sent to me by a follower. Do y'all see that? This is a leaked video from the special team assigned to watching over these.
The footage, shared with them by an anonymous source, reportedly showed a Sasquatch family moving through a classified forest area. In the video, 3 figures were seen walking in a line. The first assumed to be the father, the second a smaller figure thought to be the child, and the third presumed to be the mother. Skeptics argued that the figures could simply be monkeys, given the video's low resolution. However, their movements, distinctly human-like, challenged this notion. The figures displayed classic Sasquatch features, including dome-shaped heads and broad shoulders. Their strides also differed from the gait of monkeys, further fueling the argument for authenticity. This sighting stood out for its depiction of an entire Sasquatch family, as most reports typically involve lone creatures. The video, released by the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch RMS Group on May 14, 2023, was described by the organization as one of their most compelling pieces of evidence. The group's analysis underscored the significance of the capture, particularly the rarity of seeing multiple Sasquatches together in their natural environment. The video's low resolution made identifying fine details challenging, but enthusiasts pointed out key characteristics. The tallest figure, presumed to be the father, displayed a gait remarkably similar to human walking patterns, though with longer strides. The presumed child appeared to mimic the movements of the adults, suggesting a familial dynamic. Debates surrounding the footage were intense. Some viewers posited that the figures might be a troop of primates escaped from captivity, but others countered that the specific location, deep within a restricted forest, made this implausible. The figure's broad shoulders and upright posture were inconsistent with known primate species, further supporting the Sasquatch hypothesis. Mystery in the Oklahoma woods. In Marshall County, Oklahoma, another trail camera recorded a puzzling image of a humanoid figure. The location, secured behind multiple locked gates and far from the nearest road, was a private and remote area known for its tranquility. The trail camera, used extensively by its owner, had never captured anything similar before. The figure's light appearance led some to speculate that it might not be a Sasquatch, but another cryptid entirely. However, the absence of any logical explanation for the figure's presence, combined with its location, kept the Bigfoot theory alive. For many viewers, this incident exemplified the mysterious nature of these creatures, capable of leaving behind puzzling traces without clear answers. Signs of Bigfoot at a bait station. A YouTube video shared by a Bigfoot researcher revealed potential evidence of Sasquatch activity at a bait station. The researcher had set up a station with peanut butter and crackers as bait. Upon returning, he discovered that the bait was gone, with litter left behind, including an empty muffin bag. Expressing gratitude for what he perceived as Bigfoot's visit, the man noted signs of the creature's presence in the area.
I'm working with gloves here. Yes, even the bag is empty. He left everything in there.
Adding to the tension of the discovery were gunshots heard earlier that morning. The man speculated on the safety of the creature, hoping it had not been harmed. The interaction at the bait station and the researchers' emotional response highlighted the growing belief among enthusiasts that Sasquatches are intelligent beings capable of understanding human offerings. The researchers' emotional response to the missing bait and leftover litter was telling. While skeptics might dismiss the incident as the work of a bear or raccoon, the careful arrangement of the items suggested something more deliberate. The muffin bag, for instance, was found torn but not shredded, a detail that the researcher interpreted as evidence of manual dexterity. Adding to the mystery were the gunshots heard earlier that morning. The researcher speculated on whether the creature had been hunted or merely startled. He recounted feeling a sense of connection, as though the baiting station served as a silent means of communication between man and creature. Detailed sightings and close encounters. One of the most striking pieces of evidence came from a video depicting a massive Sasquatch-like creature. The footage provided an unusually detailed view of the being, capturing its lighter-colored face, prominent brow ridge, and black beard. Its immense height and human-like gait matched the classic depiction of a Bigfoot. However, the creature's calm demeanor and lack of reaction to the videographer's presence raised questions. Some viewers suggested that the creature might be a person in a costume, while others found the details too convincing for it to be a hoax. The sighting left viewers divided, adding to the ever-growing list of unresolved Bigfoot encounters. Fossilized footprints in India. In November 2024, a remarkable discovery was made along the riverbanks of Meghalaya, India. Massive fossilized footprints were found embedded in moss-covered rocks. These prints, heavily weathered and saturated with moss, suggested their presence for an extended period. Their state ruled out the possibility of a recent hoax, adding credibility to their authenticity. The prints bore striking similarities to local legends of the Mandaburung, a creature resembling Bigfoot in Indian folklore. Said to inhabit the dense subtropical forests of the Garo Hills, the Mandaburung is described as a large, hairy, bipedal humanoid. Stories of such creatures have long been part of local lore, but these fossilized footprints provided a tangible link to the myth. The discovery sparked widespread interest, reigniting global discussions about the existence of mysterious humanoid creatures. The discovery of the footprints in India sparked widespread media coverage, drawing the attention of both cryptozoologists and mainstream scientists. Measuring nearly 20 inches in length and deeply embedded in moss-covered rock, the prints were remarkably well preserved. Their shape resembled a human foot, but with proportions far exceeding any known primate. Local legends of the Mandaburung, often dismissed as folklore, took on new significance. Villagers in the region recounted stories passed down through generations, describing the creature as a protector of the forest. Some even believed the footprints were a sign of the Mandaburung's return, coinciding with increased deforestation in the area. Bigfoot observations in Utah. Another compelling story emerged from Utah's Winta National Forest. A man named Steve shared images captured by his trail camera, located in a remote area at an elevation of 9,300 feet. The camera's motion activation feature had captured an unusual figure standing roughly 100 feet away. The figure, humanoid in shape, appeared taller than Steve, who stood at 6 feet. Based on his comparison, the figure was estimated to be over 7 feet tall. Steve noted that his camera failed to record the figure entering or leaving the area, which was unusual given the device's sensitivity to motion. This unexplained occurrence added to the mystery. Over the years, the Uinta National Forest has been a hotspot for reported Bigfoot sightings, with other encounters involving strange sounds, footprints, and tree knocks. Steve's evidence further supported the idea of a breeding population of Sasquatches in the region, varying in size and stature. Encounter near Smith and Morehouse Reservoir. Another notable discovery occurred near Smith and Morehouse Reservoir in Oakley, Utah, where massive tracks were documented by a local researcher named Dustin Keshaw. The tracks, found approximately 100 yards from a nearby river, were measured at 20 inches long and 8 inches wide. This size suggested the creature might be a dominant alpha male in the area. Dustin noted the tracks were not freshly made, but still retained clear toe definitions, suggesting they had been imprinted within the past 24 hours. Observers speculated on the connection between these tracks and recurring auditory cues, like tree knocks and distant vocalizations, often associated with Bigfoot activity. The consistency of sightings and sounds in the region lent further credibility to theories about the creature's existence. Michigan forest encounter. In Michigan, a man walking near his friend's remote cabin reported a startling experience. His dog, typically calm, suddenly became agitated, barking frantically at a dense patch of bushes. When the man approached, he spotted what appeared to be a Sasquatch-like figure peering at him from behind the foliage. Quickly pulling out his phone, the man managed to capture an image. Upon closer examination, the figure's distinctly ape-like features, including a short, brown fur-covered face with visible eyes, nose and mouth, were evident. Given the absence of native primates in Michigan, this encounter further fueled speculation about the creature's existence. Sightings in Pennsylvania. A striking report emerged from Pennsylvania, where a group of outdoorsmen operating a trail camera captured an image of what they believed to be a juvenile Bigfoot. The slender fur-covered figure appeared in a wooded area, typically monitored for deer activity. The photo left viewers and researchers puzzled due to its distinct lack of resemblance to any known animal. The figure's proportions and posture did not align with native wildlife, further adding to the mystery. Experts analyzing the footage noted that the juvenile Bigfoot's presence supported theories of a breeding population in the region. Pennsylvania has long been considered a Bigfoot hotspot, with countless reports of encounters, vocalizations, and unexplained footprints. Fascinating evidence in California. Another notable encounter was documented in Lakehead, California, during a family camping trip. Upon reviewing footage captured by their trail camera, the family discovered a tall, dark humanoid figure moving near their campsite. The video revealed distinct features, including broad shoulders and a head that matched descriptions of Sasquatch. The family's relief that they had not encountered the creature in person was evident as they shared the footage online. Researchers who examined the video highlighted its significance, particularly given the clarity and size of the figure. While skeptics argued it could have been a camper or shadow play, the video's distinct qualities remained compelling evidence for believers. Historical Bigfoot sightings. Bigfoot sightings date back centuries, with indigenous tribes across North America sharing stories of a large, hairy creature roaming their lands. The Salish people of the Pacific Northwest referred to it as Sasquatch, meaning wild man, describing a creature with extraordinary strength and intelligence that lived in harmony with nature. One of the earliest documented sightings by settlers occurred in 1811 when a British explorer named David Thompson found massive footprints in what is now Alberta, Canada. Measuring 14 inches long, the prints seemed too large for any known animal. Thompson's account sparked curiosity and set the stage for future expeditions into the wilderness. Another significant sighting was the infamous 1924 Ape Canyon incident. A group of miners near Mount St. Helens reported being attacked by a group of large, hairy creatures after shooting at one earlier that day. The miners claimed the creatures hurled rocks at their cabin throughout the night, attempting to break in. While skeptics dismissed their story, believers cited as one of the most dramatic encounters with Bigfoot. The Patterson-Gimlin film, 1967. No discussion of Bigfoot is complete without mentioning the iconic Patterson-Gimlin film, captured in Bluff Creek, California. The grainy footage shows a large bipedal creature walking along a riverbank, occasionally glancing back at the camera. The creature, nicknamed Patty, displayed a stride and musculature that many argued were too sophisticated for a human in a costume. Despite extensive analysis, the footage remains controversial. Supporters highlight anatomical details, such as the movement of muscles beneath the creature's fur, as evidence of authenticity. Skeptics, however, argue that advances in special effects at the time could explain the film. The debate endures, making the Patterson-Gimlin film one of the most compelling pieces of evidence in Bigfoot lore. Modern Bigfoot sightings. In recent decades, sightings have continued to emerge, often accompanied by photographic or video evidence. In 2000, a group of hikers in Washington state claimed to have encountered a Sasquatch in Olympic National Park. Their report included detailed descriptions of the creature, which stood over 8 feet tall and emitted a foul odor. They also documented deep, human-like footprints along their trail. In 2012, a thermal camera captured footage of an unknown bipedal figure in Provo Canyon, Utah. The figure appeared to be observing the cameraman before retreating into the dense forest. Analysis of the footage revealed heat signatures inconsistent with known animals, suggesting something extraordinary. Bigfoot and regional variations. Across the United States, sightings tend to cluster in specific regions, each with its unique interpretation of the creature. The Pacific Northwest is often regarded as Bigfoot's epicenter, with Washington state reporting the highest number of sightings. Dense forests, abundant wildlife, and minimal human interference make the region an ideal habitat. In the southern United States, the creature is often referred to as the skunk ape. Sightings in Florida's Everglades describe a shorter, more agile being with a pungent odor, likely due to its swampy habitat. Local legends suggest the skunk ape may be a regional variant of Bigfoot, adapted to the unique environmental conditions. In the Appalachian Mountains, Bigfoot is sometimes associated with the boojum, a creature known for stealing food and shiny objects. These regional stories add depth to the Bigfoot phenomenon, suggesting the possibility of subspecies adapted to different climates and terrains. The scientific search for Bigfoot. While most Bigfoot evidence is anecdotal, some researchers approach the subject scientifically. Dr. Jeff Meldrum, a professor of anatomy and anthropology at Idaho State University, is one of the leading proponents of Bigfoot research. Meldrum has analyzed numerous footprints, focusing on dermal ridges and locomotion patterns, which he argues are too intricate to be hoaxed. DNA analysis has also been attempted on hair and scat samples attributed to Bigfoot. In 2012, Dr. Melba Ketchum published a controversial study claiming to have sequenced Sasquatch DNA. Her findings suggested a hybrid origin, with human and unknown primate genetics. While heavily criticized by the scientific community, her work remains a cornerstone for believers. Technological advancements, such as drones equipped with infrared cameras and AI-powered trail cameras, are also being deployed in Bigfoot research. These tools aim to capture clearer evidence, though definitive proof remains missing. Bigfoot and pop culture. Bigfoot has gone beyond folklore to become a pop culture icon. From films like Harry and the Hendersons to countless documentaries, the creature captures the imagination of audiences worldwide. Festivals, merchandise, and even Bigfoot-themed expeditions attract enthusiasts eager to experience the legend firsthand. This cultural fascination has also fueled skepticism. Hoaxes, such as the 2008 Georgia Bigfoot carcass, where a costume was stuffed into a freezer and presented as a genuine discovery, have undermined serious research efforts. Still, the enduring allure of Bigfoot persists, driving both amateur and professional investigations. Bigfoot's mysteriousness, a global phenomenon. Bigfoot sightings are not confined to the United States or North America. From the Yeti in the Himalayas to the Yowie in Australia, reports of large bipedal creatures have emerged globally. Despite cultural variations, the descriptions of these beings share striking similarities, such as immense size, extraordinary strength, and mysterious behavior. While evidence often remains anecdotal, the increasing number of trail camera captures, footprint discoveries, and eyewitness accounts adds credibility to the global phenomenon. Researchers argue that advanced surveillance technology and data analysis techniques might one day uncover definitive proof of these creatures. Across the globe, stories of elusive bipedal creatures abound. In the Himalayas, the Yeti, known as the abominable snowman, is said to roam the snowy peaks, its massive footprints occasionally found by mountaineers. Australian folklore speaks of the Yowie, a creature resembling Bigfoot, but with more aggressive tendencies. These legends, while culturally unique, share common threads. The creatures are often described as nocturnal, highly intelligent, and adept at avoiding human detection. Some researchers propose that these similarities could point to a shared evolutionary origin, with isolated populations adapting to their respective environments. Skeptics argue that such legends are born from a mix of human imagination and misidentifications of animals. However, the sheer volume of consistent sightings across centuries challenges this view. Technology and Bigfoot research. Advancements in technology are revolutionizing cryptozoology. High-definition trail cameras, drones equipped with thermal imaging, and AI algorithms capable of analyzing vast data sets have given researchers new tools to uncover evidence. One promising development is the use of bioacoustic monitoring to analyze unexplained sounds in forests. By comparing these sounds with known animal vocalizations, researchers hope to isolate unique patterns that could point to an undiscovered species.